Caverns Area 2 is the primary archaeological excavation site. All items are processed and transported to Site 3 for evaluation and analysis. A good evening, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, and welcome back to the walkthrough of Doom 3. That is a style of an opening that I have not used in probably a very long time. But I intend to use it now because we have arrived at the penultimate stage of the game, and it only seems fair to get a little bit nostalgic, especially because Doom 3 is kind of considered a nostalgic game. Starting off, we have these two health kits right here. And these two health kits kind of serve as an indicator as to what to expect from the level, and that is, if you don't have a charged soul cube for this area, it might take you a couple of tries to perform it successfully. And what do I mean by this? Well, why don't we just move towards this door and spawn an Archvile, who attacks you immediately. Now, the Archvile actually isn't the biggest threat of this place, as you may suddenly realize we are currently being assaulted by two Hell Knights. In this very tiny enclosed space, they summon two Hell Knights. And I'm honestly not sure if it's the cause of the Archvile, which may have caused these enemies to appear. Honestly, it may not have been his intention. He probably only exists to merely attack you with his fire and flames. But either way, that is probably one of the most difficult battles of this entire level. The second most difficult battle, we'll talk about that later. For now, there is a door right here which requires a scanned access card. And none of the previous keycards which I've collected will work, of course, because the deeper you go into the abyss, the higher the security clearance is required. So instead, we shall take the linear route. And the linear route has got enemies in it. So, I'm just gonna toss a few grenades over there. See if that alerts any enemies by chance, and it looks like it did, so excellent. Here, you guys, you want some grenades? Here, I got plenty of grenades still left in my arsenal, just take all the grenades. I don't even care if I just almost exploded that barrel right in my face, which would have instantly killed me. I got plenty of these to spare. You want some more of this? You can't handle my nadas. My grenade, okay, maybe that's a little bit too close, honestly. I think we'll get a chance to maybe use pretty much all of the weapons we've collected in our journey throughout this entire level, because it always seems appropriate at this given time. Let's enter this huge cavern, and immediately run out of sprinting meter. Collect this keycard over here that's on the table. Now, there's actually a number of nasty enemy spawns in this location, which is why I'm only collecting the keycard first, so that way we can open up that door which we saw previously. And upon returning to this place, you're gonna be summoning a number of enemies. Enemies, yes, you. Stop hiding in your alternate dimension and face me, you feckless coward. So, let's move on to the door that's back here. Scan our card, badoop, and we find an ammo supply station in case you needed any of this good stuff. And I'm actually pretty much well running low on rockets for once, so having that extra backup right there is pretty nice. Unfortunately, exiting this place is going to cause you more troubles than benefits, because there is going to be a bunch of spiders and that incredibly loud sound of ambience that plays, which was probably used to spook you a number of times throughout the game. And at this point, don't expect anything really original. They're just going to be using a lot of the same sounds as they did before. So let's just stand here and continue shooting at these spiders with our plasma rifle. It may seem wasteful to some people, but the plasma rifle pretty much never runs out of ammunition in this game, so why bother conserving it? Why bother, I say, as I proceed to take it out again and dispose of a giant legion of spiders, along with their backup Cacodemon friend, who is going to be flying all over the place until I can actually hit him worth a damn. There we go. There. I believe that is pretty much all of the extra enemies you can encounter merely by backtracking to that storage space. So now we can proceed with the rest of the level and all of the other terrible enemy spawns. So, there's an adrenaline power-up right there for one thing, and there's a hellhole right here. Standing in it will damage you, so don't stand in it. Interacting with this little power generator right here will cause this guy to spawn behind you. And immediately following suit are going to be some Cacodemons, and up on the ledge from where we originally descended is going to be another Hell Knight. And he's probably one of the bigger threats compared to most of the Cacodemons in this place. The Cacodemons just kind of serve to mainly body block you, or head block you, I suppose. They are just giant heads, essentially. The Hell Knight will slowly tremble his way towards you until eventually you decide enough is enough, and you cause him to fall over in disgrace. And with that, we move on to the next horrid enemy spawn. To trigger this one, all you have to do is just move forward slightly, and I'm going to equip my rocket launch for this. Come on. Why is it not working? don't make me eat my own words here, game. Let me reactivate that power generator. There we go. I had to move forward just a little bit more, but it's an arch file. Thankfully, this is a variant that only throws skeletons at you, so it's not too big of a deal. They probably deal slightly less damage compared to fireballs, unless they can hurl those skeletons at the same speed as those telekinetic spider bastards that we encountered. You know, all one of them, all the way back in. What was it? Alpha Labs 4, I think? Yeah, it's been a while since we fought that boss. Alright then, so we've activated the power generator, and we're going to turn on all the lights, because it's too dark in here, and I don't feel like using my flashlight again. Maybe I'll use it to kill an enemy, like that punk over there. Nah, he's not really a worthy target. The other spiders, I could probably just take care of them using my pistol, just by standing in this exact same location. Not really feeling inclined to move anytime soon, until at least one of them is available. And I'm gonna punch this guy to death. Come here. Ow. Ow. Come on. No, just give me a sec. It's gonna take a little bit of time before I land this punch. There we go. And that's why you don't use the fists in Doom 3, ever, because they're crap. So then, let's watch out for the falling rocks. You want to sprint by those quickly, lest you want to get crushed by them, which would be an unfortunate demise. And we enter this room with a whole bunch of eggs in it. I guess they're eggs, or cubicles, combines, I don't really know what to call these. However, they're floating, they're spinny, generally very pretty to look at, and they're going to be surrounded by all of these wraiths and imps. So, just don't screw around with them. And I think this is probably high time for me to probably stop messing up and maybe focus my fire on some of these imps, instead of getting slapped in the face multiple times. I'm tempted to use the soul cube, but I think I'll hold off for the time being. There are 2 video discs on these desks right next to all of these gadgets and machinery. The first video disc is about ancient Martian civilization, some more backstory on this stuff, and this one, I believe, is about ancient stone tablets. And I think those are the final video discs of the entire game, so yeah, good on me. I got them all, I think. I don't know, maybe there's one that's hidden somewhere in the world where you have to no-clip to get it, but I can't be bothered to figure that one out. Anyway, here's a health station. It's actually not powered right now, but we'll come back to that one in due time, because there is a method that we could use to power it. First of all, I think it is high time to use my BFG against that foe which appears right through the wall. And subsequently, as soon as you kill him, that's going to cause a bunch of spiders to appear. So let's just head back, make sure we stay out of range from these guys, and spam our machine gun bullets. And eventually, just to spice things up, we'll switch over to our plasma rifle again. And shortly thereafter, we shall use our rocket launcher. Against who, you might be asking? Why, those 2 interlopers up top. Tossing fireballs at me. And as soon as you hear that phrase, destroy him, they're going to be summoning another Hell Baron. I believe there should be a second one that appears after you collect this chain gun ammo, if I recall correctly, because I remember encountering 2 of them in this place before. And if I'm wrong, well, that's just unfortunate, and I might have to restart the recording, because I'm fairly certain there's supposed to be a second one right here, but he's not spawning. Don't know what's up with that. Oh? What's this? Ah, I can breathe a sigh of relief. He does exist. Don't worry, guys. I'm not going crazy. There's your living proof right there. You know, just for being late. Eat my cube. You piece of filth. My god. I was so tempted to just restart the recording right there, but no. You changed my mind, and I appreciate that, Mr. Baron of Hell. So, let's continue on as if nothing ever happened. There is a power generator right over here, and this power generator actually powers that health in a box. But once you return to this place, you are going to be summoning a bunch of demons from that place. So, let's just get rid of them, using our anything that we have available to us. And I think it is high time that I kill something with my lamp. Because, while I don't really prefer using it as a light source, still makes a pretty effective bludgeoning tool when the time is right. So there you go, health in a box. That's how health stations work in real life, I'm convinced. They're electrically powered. So, with that done, let's just very casually walk our way through these pitch black hallways. Or mostly pitch black. I mean, it gets a little bit bright in some places because we use that power generator. And over here is an egg. You might remember the sight of this. It's been a while since we last encountered one. But if you remember what the indication of those spiky eggs were, then you may be able to predict what kind of monstrosity we'll be facing off against next. And it might seem like a problem, but I have this problem-solving device right here readily available. So, it gets a little bit hectic because these enemies still obviously know how to use telekinesis to their advantage, but the BFG just kills everything in about one shot. It calculates mathematics and predicts the amount of damage it will require to get rid of an average mini-boss with complete success. Faster than the human mind, and that is why it is the best gun in the game. No exceptions. One of those areas is where you'd find you probably have a lot more use for the Soul Cube, I'd honestly have to recommend, because it's two of those guys. It is possible to one-shot them with the BFG. I believe I actually managed to accomplish that in my review of this game a long time ago, if you can even call it a review. It's mostly just me gushing over the game. But I think that's pretty much everything to do with this level, and I do believe that there is only one secret, if you could even consider it a secret, back in one of these corners. I think it is a BFG cell. Yes, it is. Give me that baby right there. Ah. Power restored. Let's enter the doors, and let's activate the generator in here. Power on the lights, and we can find a little bit of ammo resupply. There's a couple of machine guns here in case you need them. But I do believe that this is pretty much the end of our level exploration skills. I suppose if I wanted to speed the process up and move on to the next level, I could just jump down the shaft, but let's be civilized, people, and instead head to excavation on the lift.